Hi, I'm Sean Kruger. I'm the principal at Perry Middle School.
I'm Jackie Wargado, and I go to school at Perry High School, and I am a senior, and I'm 17 years old.
My name is Angie Bodette. I teach 6th grade science at Perry Middle School. This is my 18th year of teaching.
Perry is a very diverse school district. We're approximately 57% Hispanic, about 10% African American, and the remainder being Caucasian with a few others sprinkled in there. We have low SES population around 80, close to 80%, just under 80%.
Do you think that Perry Schools does a good job of treating all students equally?
Yeah, as the principal of Perry Middle School, I sure like to think we do. There are a lot of different supports and ways that we help all of our students at Perry. From our tag students, we have a tag teacher that provides service. We have tried to open that up to even more of our EL students and our Hispanic population, or our non-English speaking, or diverse students. We've added in different assessments, different ways of assessing students so that we could identify more non-Caucasian students into our EL program over the years, and I think that's helped get those numbers up. We partner with Iowa State in a few different programs. We have an ISU extension person comes down and does an after-school program on Wednesdays with our families. We have a program called TRIO that you've probably heard of through Iowa State, where a person comes, works with our students every other week.
Sometimes I do, but then I kind of see the person and see like how the person acts, and I see that it's kind of fair. But then it's really different because, well, in such a small town, you do have those people with names and have a better status than you. It's kind of hard. They'll have a better status than you, like in the school, in the community.
Yeah.
So there'll be someone with, like, I want to say like a rich dad who owns companies in Perry, and then like me personally, my mom works at a factory and not very known. So sometimes that plays a big role. I know I've seen many situations where that has played a role, where students will do a lot of things and just it's easy for them to get away with it. And then someone with a lower status or not very known will do something and just like probably just as equally as bad, and it's a huge situation.
I would say we really do a good job. We have some good ESL programs. We do provide like bilingual speakers. We have some Iowa State Extension classes that kids can attend after school that will help with, they're catered to diversity children. You know, we have the programs of TRIO, which is for students that their parents did not go to college, and so that helps the kids fill out applications. They take the students in big groups on college visits, starting in 7th grade all the way through high school. They pay for the cover cost for the application fee, and I don't foresee a lot of other school districts having that. We do provide, you know, have free and reduced lunch like most other schools, but we also have, you know, if somebody is in need of, they're moving into a new place and they need a bed or, you know, some furniture, kitchen supplies, we get emails all the time about, does anyone have an extra bed? We have a family that just moved in and doesn't have anything. So I would say that, you know, we provide a lot of support. We also provide the in-house therapists that we get through Genesis is huge, I believe, because the kids get, you know, what they need, their needs met for mental health right here at school, and parents aren't having to take off work. And, you know, so we're also addressing issues like that, but taking care of them here at school so that the parents aren't burdened with that, because, you know, sometimes they just can't get to those appointments. We do help with taking kids to get physicals. If they need physicals, we'll help with glasses, you know, through a variety of different organizations that help with glasses. I would say Perry has, we're fortunate just because we have a lot of resources at our fingertips that can help our community. And I don't know if that's available everywhere. It might be, but here we know that if somebody needs something, they know that they can turn to the school and we will figure out a way to help.
That's awesome.
I think other towns are they don't really understand the diversity and the culture, and they're easily to attack us in any way possible regarding our, like, the status that we have of Hispanics. But other than that, the community really helps because we're all going through it together. I played soccer in Ankeny, and I had a friend from Bondurant, and they're like, wait, you go to Perry? Isn't that like Little Mexico? And I'm like, not all of us are from Mexico, but yeah, that's what we're called.
Yeah, that's a good question. I have experienced in Perry, I've seen firsthand some racist remarks and comments made toward our students. It's been mostly in larger settings, such as a football game with my little buddy Zeus, or sporting events, maybe coming from the stands, cheering for Donald Trump, or making comments against a certain race, or Hispanic race, Mexican race. I don't know that students, when they're doing that, I don't know if they even realize what they're doing, or just how negative and impactful that can be.
We do know that our students come to school with a lot more baggage than probably the typical student, or especially you or I came to school with. Family dynamics just change a lot for our students here at Perry Middle School and in our district. So I think, you know, sometimes we're aware of it, sometimes we're not.
Being in a diverse school, I think even just adds maybe a little bit more onto that satisfaction. Like I mentioned before, a lot of these students are first generation. They'll be first generation college students, so any part you play in helping them believe in themselves. A lot of our kids are from poverty. Any chance that our opportunity our teachers to have to help them overcome some of the barriers of poverty and the barriers of the language differences, to help these students be successful on a day-to-day basis and believe in themselves and believe that, you know, anything's possible in their future, I think is extremely rewarding for anybody teaching in a diverse school.
I love that there is that strong cultured community, because I'm able to speak to like a lot of friends in my own, like the Spanish language. My friends are able to speak to my mom. I know that other like schools around us don't have as much culture, and I think it's a beautiful thing to have it in such a small town and share it with others.
I think as a teacher, if you can work in a diverse community and you will find skills, you will find different ways to teach kids where then you can go into any school district and be successful. I think it gives you just a heads up on all the other educators out there, because you know how to be flexible, you know how to differentiate, you know how to work with somebody that has no English and can't communicate really well with you. I really feel that working in a diverse community just makes you a better teacher. So I would totally encourage everyone to try to get into a district for that experience.